A former Istanbul chief of police, who is one of the police officers imprisoned as a result of government-backed operations, has said he does not know who is behind the wiretapping of a controversial phone conversation between then Prime Minister and current President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan and his son Bilal, as he called for voice analysis to be undertaken to test the authenticity of the recording. Former Istanbul Police Department Financial Crimes Unit Chief Yakub Saygılı is among the senior members of the police force who were arrested by Istanbul court in September 2014 on accusations of working to overthrow the government. Saygılı was head of a team of police officers that carried out the corruption and bribery operations on December 17 and 25, 2013, which implicated senior members of the government and their relatives. He was removed from his position shortly after the operations. The former police chief, who is currently incarcerated in Silivri prison, was asked some questions by Interior Ministry inspectors as part of an ongoing investigation against him. Saygılı was asked to respond in writing. But before answering the questions, the former police chief wrote a manifesto-like introduction in which he explained how law has been suspended in Turkey by the Justice and Development Party, AK Party, government since the graft probe was made public. A news portal, grihat.com, published the text of that introduction on Wednesday. One of the issues Saygılı focused on in the introductory part of his deposition concerned an alleged voice recording between Erdoğan and his son Bilal, which was posted online in March 2014. In the recording, Erdoğan and Bilal allegedly discuss how to hide huge sums of cash on the day police raided a number of locations as part of the December 17 corruption investigation. In the voice recording, Erdoğan seems to be warning Bilal about cash stashed in several houses. It was not possible to decipher from the conversations how much money was involved or in how many houses, but an introductory note at the beginning of the video stated that the plan involved at least $1 billion in cash stashed in 5 houses. The conversation allegedly took place on December 17, when prosecutors ordered police to raid dozens of addresses to collect evidence. Saygılı said the developments that ended up with the suspension of law in Turkey began after voice recordings in which then Prime Minister Erdoğan mobilized all members of his family to zero the money in his house were leaked into the public realm. I don't know who recorded these phone conversations. I launched a criminal complaint concerning the issue. Although the voice recordings were not used against individuals because they were acquired illegally since I was victimized by this crime, revealing the masterminds will be evidence in my favor. If you want, a voice analysis should be made so that everyone could see whether they are a montage. It is not necessary for the truth to be revealed officially. It is very obvious, he said. Saygılı as well as dozens of other police officers that took part in the corruption probe are accused of illegal wiretapping, a charge they deny. In his deposition, the former police chief also accused public prosecutor İsmail Akar, who launched an investigation against some police officers including Saygılı that led to their detention on September 1, of being involved in the forgery of official documents. He said Akar led to the arrest of all the police officers that took part in the December 25 graft probe without taking a look at the evidence in a hard disk against the December 25 suspects. Saygılı said despite the 18 months that had elapsed since the December 25 operation, it turned out that Akar has still not opened the hard disk, which included evidence against the suspects, or seen any of the evidence against them. Despite this, Saygılı said Akar prepared a 30-page-long report according to which he ruled for lack of grounds for legal action against the December 25 suspects and which led to the arrest of the police officers conducting the probe. Among the main suspects of the December 25 investigation was President Erdoğan's son Bilal, businessmen Mehmet Cengiz, Mustafa Latif Topaz and Yasin Al-Qadi, a Saudi businessman who is on the U.S. Treasury Department's specially designated global terrorist list. In Saygılı's introduction to his deposition, the ex-police chief said just because the Constitution says a country is ruled by a state of law, it is not necessarily so. If constitutional assurances are perfectly fulfilled by the executive power, if the judiciary works independently and impartially, then judicial security would have been maintained and the state would be a state of law, he said. The AK Party government is receiving strong criticism for creating a partisan judiciary in Turkey, particularly after 2013's graft probe, following which the government reassigned thousands of judges and prosecutors to new jobs, while Turkey has also seen the disbarment from their profession of several prosecutors and one judge who took part in the graft probe. Some judges have also been arrested for their rulings in cases that have angered the government.